Very much for staying with us. Now, before she finally decided to follow what she believed to be her true calling, visual artist Shanti Govender was a full-time professional in the financial sector, and now she's become the master of her own craft. Her art pieces are currently on display at the Wits Adler Museum of Medicine under the theme From Body to Being. The exhibition that explores the role of art and spirituality in healing will run until the 8th of October. She joins me in the studio now to talk about it. Shanti, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
Okay, so wrap our minds around this. From Body to Being, what is it?
Exactly what it is. I think we are physical bodies. We are human beings living in these physical bodies, but we are also beings, spiritual beings. And I think my exhibition was about trying to see and recognize and experience being a physical being as well as a spiritual being. So my exploration was a deep search within the body to understand the spiritual being.
What inspired it? Where were you? What made you want to tell this? Create this visual?
Well, when I studied fine art, my mum was sick and she had a chronic illness, and she struggled for 10 years with this illness. However, you know, that was inspiration for me to kind of see behind the body and what's inside. And I think that process just led to a very deep search for meaning in a body that's dying.
I mean, we're looking at some of the images now. Can you talk me through it?
So this is an image I call Breathe, and part of that exploration into the body is through breath. Now, we've all done, or maybe some of us have practiced meditation, and the first thing they say is connect with the breath. And what I wanted to do was kind of go very deep inside the body, find these organs, because in these organs there's so much truth, there's so much magic. I don't think we fully realize what breath does for us. We take it for granted that we will always be breathing. But when you have problems, respiratory problems, or you don't have the ability to breathe easily, then you start asking yourself, who am I, you know?
The representation of color. What does color mean to you when you're talking about from body to being? Because when we often think of the body, we think of it as in predominantly. I don't think anybody really has a sense of what color an organ is, but we are aware of the body as being red because of blood and blood pumping oxygen and those kind of things. Yeah.
Yes. So I used color because I felt that if we have to express things, light, color, texture, all of these things that awaken our senses, that make us alive, needed to come out in this. And I used beads, a lot of beads in my work, so that it could reflect the light. It could show color in its various forms. So what I hoped to achieve was this magical feeling, this magical visual experience that when you see the work helps you connect at a much deeper level. It almost becomes a very visceral experience that you look at the silent womb, for instance, the image that's on, and you feel that silence. And I've used a lot of color because in there's so many thoughts, and when you carry a child or when you think of being in a womb, in a different world, what is it like? So color is
But you've also used the color to invoke reaction, because certain colors do stimulate certain reactions.
Yes.
What has the feedback been from those that have been to the exhibit?
People have come to me and says, "Wow, you know, how did you create this? How much time did you spend? How did you mix these colors?" And I think through a very deep meditative practice, you get a sense of what's going to work. It's almost intuitive. So you go very deep inside and you say, well, there's the brain, and I don't want grey matter, but I want colourful matter. I want colourful thoughts. I want thoughts that are going to generate positive actions.
That's the spirituality, isn't it?
Yes, so going very deep and seeing more. And I think the body has a lot to teach us. So if you have to understand, you know, the meaning of my eyes, what does it mean for you? Is it just eyesight, or is it something much deeper? And I think when I had cataracts, for instance, and I thought, if I did go blind, would I still be able to see? So it's it's trying to move beyond the physical and going into a very deep spiritual space where...
But it's also talking about creativity and structure coexisting.
Yes. Yes. I think the body has magnificent systems, so I see it as a portal through which you go and you experience all these systems and organs that are doing phenomenal work to keep this body going. And if you took the systems from the body and you put them down, for example, if you took all our blood vessels and you lay them end to end, it would go twice around the earth. Now that's something so unimaginable. But the way it's put together in our bodies and the way those systems work, pumping blood throughout your body, connecting with the heart, going into your lymphatic
It's quite
system.
fascinating.
It's I think it's an endless exploration. So
I hear that there might be another work in the offering related to the body. Okay,
Yes.
that's visual artist Shanti Govender talking to us more about her thought-provoking exhibition called From Body to Being that explores the power of spirituality in healing. The exhibition opened on the 25th of August and will run until the 8th of October, and it is at the Wits Adler Museum of Medicine, so you've got no reason not to go and check it out. We take an ad break, don't go anywhere.